being in low range is your RPMs are just as high, but you're giving it a lot less throttle. So I think you burn quite a bit less fuel. I'm curious about that. If you're crawling up something in low range, because you're using those range gears, are you burning less fuel? Because I understand you're in four-wheel drive and you're spinning more tires, but you're running the engine through those range gears to power the front tires, which are basically just pulling you up, and probably not a lot going to the back tires. So I'm curious about that. Maybe somebody knows if you burn less fuel in low range, because yeah, like I was saying, the RPMs will be just as high or higher, but you've got less press down on the throttle, on the accelerator pedal. So anyways, wow, look at that, eh, boys? I was just thinking, you know, doing this trip, I don't have a set destination either for where I'm going, and I've really been liking this. We're a month in. That's the purpose of this video. I'm just going to pull over here, guys. We're a month in now, and here we are. I did it. I lived in the truck for a month. Wasn't sure how it was going to work out. I wasn't sure if maybe I would give up and go rent an apartment right away. But we did it, you know, and it really wasn't that bad. Actually, I really liked it. I really enjoyed the total sense of freedom. No obligations at all. So I was able to really just, when I get to a place that I like, if I want to hang out there, I just stay there. Or if I don't have all these destinations or timelines where I've got to move on. So I've been finding like 3 or 4 days is the magic number. I stay in a place for 3 or 4 days and I start to feel like it's time to move on. You know, some places are better than others. I just left the waterfall site. I camped there from Monday. It's Friday now because it was so hot and it was just such a good site. So it was hard to leave, right? It was every morning waking up there. Like I find I get like tied to sites where I don't want to leave them. But then after about 3 or 4 days, I start to feel like, okay, this site's getting old. Usually a bunch of people start showing up. It seems like when I get to them, I have them to myself. And then a bunch of people start showing up. And so I left there. I'm going to go down into town. I've got another video to upload. And I'm making this one too. I'm going to put this one out first. I wanted to put it out just before I upload this next video because I want you guys, for anyone who actually does care, to watch this next video, guys. I went like way back into grizzly country. It's big, like there's grizzlies back there, big ones. I ran into a guy there by the waterfall. He was out from Sicamous, and he was telling me about another road, the North Fork Road, which we're going to go check out, which leads up into these alpine lakes and stuff just over here. And he was saying, you know, but bring a gun or bear spray or something because there's big grizzlies in that area. And I was telling him I don't have any of that. And so anyways, he was kind of, but I was telling him I'd went up into this area here where I'm about to show you guys, which is the video I'm about to put out. I think I'll put it out tomorrow. I edited it yesterday. And it was a crazy drive, guys. Like, wow. I've never been up a logging road like that. And it just led into some insane areas. Way back into this valley here. It's shrouded in fog right now. But went way back in there. And it was nuts. I'm in like alpine bowls. I could tell I was in grizzly country. So I asked him, you know, what about over there? Because that's Joss Mountain area. And he said, oh yeah, there's some big grizzlies up in there too. So I was cooking some food and stuff and made myself some dinner. And anyway, but I could tell. I knew that I was in one of those areas where they like to live. You get up into those alpine bowls. So anyways, if you can, just stop and watch the video, because it is like, well, I understand not everybody likes the big mountains, and just people want more exciting stuff to see, but if some guys are into that, so if you are one of those guys, check out the whole video right to the end, because I really got into some awesome terrain. You can see down here, guys, this is Three Valley Gap. So for Canadians, the Trans-Canada Highway, the main artery, there's only really one highway that comes across Canada. And when you come into BC, there's a couple areas where it splits and it goes into two different highways. So, but this is the main artery. It all has to pass through there, through this tight little valley. All the transportation for all the food, everything, all the vehicles, all passes through that point. So right now they're having a big nightmare because they need to widen the road, and it's sheer cliff on one side and then just a deep lake on the other side. So they're actually going to build a floating bridge or floating highway through there. And that's what they're working on now. But yeah, that's the main artery across Canada, all comes through there, which is just hilarious to me. This is Mount English backside, I'm pretty sure. So if you're ever in Revie, you look up at it, eh? It's by Bigby and everything. Oh, the mist is moving quick. So this was down the valley where I drove out on this video I'm going to put out yesterday. I just went way out into there and around and way down. And it was incredible terrain. I saw some crazy helicopters for logging and stuff. And it was just a great drive all in all. So check that out. And we're going to be getting into some more now that I'm out here. And like people are telling me about other areas. And so it's just kind of the beginning. But anyways, it's been a month now in the truck. We did her, boys. We did a month. And so it was pretty good. You know, like I've been eating. When I do get to town, I get myself fresh food, fish, nutrient-dense stuff, vegetables, fresh. And I'll eat that over the day and the next day. I've been finding like I don't even need a cooler. I can leave meat out for pretty much a whole day or more if it's wrapped in the cellophane, because there's no air getting in. And then I just cook it really good. And so that's been keeping my nutrient levels pretty good, pretty high. But I've been eating a lot of non-perishable stuff like Campbell's soup, Campbell's Chunky, or got all kinds of chunky here. Stag chili, I got tuna, and put that in the Mr. Noodles. All kinds of stuff like that. And I know it's not considered the healthiest food. Mr. Noodles, it has MSG, and nobody wants MSG in this stuff. It's really high in salt, but I've been feeling actually better because I'm out here, and so I only eat that. I eat less, I don't snack as much, and I'm eating way less fast food. Nobody likes to admit that they eat fast food, but everybody does. And it's because it's got something in it, I don't know what it is, that it addicts you. And it probably is that MSG. Because like now I'm addicted to those noodles. I want them all the time. So it's some chemical in there. And that's why when you're driving around and you're hungry and you see, A&W and McDonald's and those signs, and just the golden arches and the look of that, like the Subway logo and everything, you start to associate that with this like addiction you have to that food. So when you're hungry and you see that, it just like does something in your brain, and boom, you're in there buying one. And you think, I'll do it healthy. I'll get the chicken burger, or I'm getting Subway, so it's not actually that bad. It's all the same crap, guys. And they've got something in there that addicts you to it. And it's all tied into your psychology and everything. Like they design this with like scientists. So I fall victim to it too. And so I'm not eating any of that, which is just insane, like for your body. You feel so much better, so much less clogged up. And so that part's been really good. I've been feeling healthier on that front because I'm just eating less, I think. I'm outside more. The sleeping is amazing. I have a killer sleeps. I've been sleeping like 8-9 hours. I know my bed doesn't look like much. I just got this piece of foam. This was brand new piece of foam, guys. It's so dirty now. Kind of messy in there right now. Still haven't screwed anything down. And the bed, like, that's all a guy needs. Thin piece of foam for $50, and I'm comfortable. You don't need memory foam. It's all just the same stuff. You just need something to take the bumps out. Stiff enough. And so I sleep great. I sleep like 8-9 hours. If I don't go to bed early enough, there's no curtains on this, so I'm always up with the sun. And that sometimes is a little bit too early this time of year. Like 4:30, 5 in the morning, starts to get light out and I'm awake. Or this morning there was a big thunderstorm barreled in. And so I ended up waking up to thunder and lightning just crashing. Like thunder, like you wouldn't even believe it. This little guy is singing for the vid. Like the thunder out here in the mountains, the rainstorms hit hard. And it was hot for days. It was like crashing thunder. And I was down in there, camped by the waterfall. And it was barreling loud. Insane. Really cool to hear and see. And so that woke me up this morning. Sometimes it's the light. So I find that I got to go to bed early enough. Now the fire bans are on. I don't know how that's going to work with the rain that just came in. Maybe they'll take them back off. So I have been having campfires and going to sleep by those. But, so the sleeping's better. At first it was like really, really weird to just be in nature and never hear the city. I was telling you guys it was like changing me. It was making me feel like I didn't know how I was going to go back. But now I'm noticing that because I'm just so used to just the sounds of nature, as soon as I get back to the highway, I hear all those vehicles. They're just kind of like an annoying fly or a mosquito. You just kind of, they don't even enter my psyche. I'm just like, they're just kind of a little bit thing there. I find it really easy to block all that stuff out now. I was in town the other day and I can just kind of float like I'm on cloud 9 the whole time. So it's really chilled me out. My stress levels are way down. Way down. Like I didn't even realize how much I was stressing out being in town and dealing with everyday life. And my stress levels have just plummeted. I can tell, like, I'm just chilled right out. And I'm even, like, gentler. Like, I don't want any problems. I'm not, I don't even think I could get in a conflict right now. I'm just, like, chilled right out. So I really realized how stressed out I was living in the city. And so anyways, yeah, the original thing I was saying, I should finish what I was saying, is that one of the things I realized about this is that I don't have anywhere that I'm going after this. And I think that's a big part of it. The other day, something came up at the group campsite where I have a buddy who has a really good job with BC Hydro. And he was saying he might be able to get me on. And so that could be a really good job, and it could totally switch up. But he could tell, too, that I kind of want to finish out what I'm doing here. And so he just let it be at that. But anyways, it kind of was really interesting to think how I could just jump into something like that and have a total life flip. And it really made me recognize the value of what I have going on right now. It's all the people I've been talking to, my friends and everything, they all have all this money and big jobs, and I can see the envy on everyone's face to do this. Or any guy, like that guy who was telling me about the bears and the other lakes, he has a place in Sicamous and a place in Calgary and has everything in the world. But when he could see what I'm doing, this deconstructed, just kind of explore, I could also see the envy on his face. So it really makes you feel like you got something special here. And I think that having no obligations, having even no finish point, because I don't know where I'm going to land after this. I might end up like people want me to come back east and work, or people want me to go start a business with them out in the Kootenays here, or I want to go and live in Revie again. And so I have nowhere I don't even know when the journey's going to end. And now that I'm doing it, I'm starting to think all the time, well, I don't want this to be the last time I do this. I want to do this every year, I'm thinking. And so I want to do this every summer when the living's easy, right? And I can kind of just keep doing this until I'm bored because I'm really enjoying this. So I don't know what job or what type of career I can do that's going to allow me to do this every summer, unless I'm a school teacher, and I'm not becoming a school teacher. So, you know, I think that's a big part of the freedom of this and making it feel so good is not even having an end point. You know, somebody might say, oh, I'm going to take 2 months off and do this, but then I'm going to here. You always have that thing in the back of your mind that you're going to do that thing or that job or school or whatever that next thing is. So that's pretty much it, guys. Just wanted to intro that next video I'm going to put out and do a little it's been a month type video. If you guys want, I'll start showing some more of the living situation type stuff. I still haven't screwed anything down. It's been super easy. I got my pots and pans right here. Usually I have my food in there, and I find it gets messy after living it for 2 or 3 days, and then you got to clean everything up and rearrange everything, put it back in its place. But I take out my pots and pans here. I do my cooking right here on the tailgate. Sleep. I do some editing when I set up the computer. I've barely used the generator. Used it to shave a couple times and edit twice. So I'm trying to record these now where I don't even have to edit. But this next one I did a lot of editing because there was quite a few clips and it was a really extensive drive. And there's going to be some more like that coming up. Things are going great, guys. After month 1, you know, there were some depressing times at the start, but now things really are looking up. And I really think it's something that everybody should try, living nomadic like this. And I think more and more people will going forward. Anyways, that's going to be it for this one. Tune in. I'm going to put the next one out for tomorrow. So stay tuned, and I'm going to try and get another one made right away and start. I really want more and more. Now that I'm uploading at the library, I can have 3 or 4 made and go boom, 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 boom. They give you an hour on the internet, and I can get them all uploaded. So thanks for watching, guys. Going to head back down into town here through the only gap on the Trans-Canada. And then it goes through Rogers Pass, guys. So, and then, yeah, the plan is to get out to the Rockies. Over and out, guys. Bush truck.